Hey peoples, and welcome to Phrozen Gaming. I just want to start off this video by saying I absolutely love my Xbox One, but there's a few things on it that I wish they would change, and I'm going to share my opinions about what they should change and how it should have been. So here we go. Hey peoples, so as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, I do really enjoy my Xbox One, but there are some things that I think need fixing on it just to make the experience, not only for me but for everyone else, so much better. And also I just want to explain I'm still doing the Assassin's Creed series. I've just developed a new, what's it called, schedule sort of thing. So Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays and Sundays I'll be releasing my Let's Play videos, so you can expect to see the next episode of Assassin's Creed coming out tomorrow. But on Mondays and Fridays I'll be doing videos, such as this, where I'm going to be talking about what I don't like about the Xbox One, what I think needs improvement, and just like random videos talking about gaming news or just getting back in touch with you guys, sort of thing. So anyway, let's get started. First of all, I want to start off with the biggest problem I have with the Xbox One, and that's in the store. Alright, so I have to find a game that I don't have as an example, so let's just use Dead Rising 3. So as you can see here, on the Xbox store, Dead Rising 3 is they sell Dead Rising 3 for $89.70, where you are able to buy it in a retail store for $78 here in Australia. In no way that I can think of can I justify why we would have to pay extra to buy a downloaded version. Like, I remember in my very earlier videos when I was talking about the Xbox One and what I predicted what Microsoft was trying to go for. I predicted that they were going to go for like a Steam sort of approach when it comes to selling their games, like offer discounts, have sales where they offer certain games for a whole heap cheaper than what they're currently going for, but always constantly offer games cheaper. Well, at this point in time, I definitely got that wrong, because they are charging more than retail. And like I said, I can't justify why we have to pay more than retail. They do not have to print out a cover. They do not have to purchase the case that the game goes in. They do not have to purchase the Blu-ray disc. They do not have to print the image on the Blu-ray disc. They do not have to burn the Blu-ray disc. They do not have to... Hello, connect. They do not have to print out the instruction manual for the game. They do not have to worry about shipment costs, about having to ship games to different retailers, having to negotiate with those retailers in order to sell their products on their shelves, having to deal with aged stock. In certain retail stores, the shops actually get charged if they actually have to pay certain amounts of money, like a percentage of money, if the stock has been there for too long, say about 3 months. And then with some, I don't remember Microsoft really doing it, but I do remember Sony doing it. Some publishers will actually help rotate that stock, but that's extra shipment charges that they are having to pay to get that stock picked up that they've already paid to be shipped to the store, and then have to pay for it to be shipped again. Then they also have to give a percentage of that price to the retailer, where with buying it online, they dodge all of that. All they have to have is the server with the money, or with the game file on it. So with all those savings that they're making, why are we not seeing any of that in the actual price when we go to buy it on the online version? I recently bought NBA 2K14 for $78 on Monday from EB Games. Alright, but before I did that, I actually checked the price on here, and it was $99.45, but because I got it now, it obviously won't show me the price. And like, it was much more convenient for me to go to the shop. Like, this isn't my instance, I don't know whether or not it's different for you guys or whatever if you're further away from a retail store or something like that, but it was much more convenient for me to catch public transport, go into the shopping centre, into EB Games, buy this game, have lunch and go home. Not only was it more convenient, but it was cheaper than buying it from the online store. I had it that day. It only took me about 2 hours to get there, have lunch, buy it and go home, as opposed to having to wait for 3 to 4 days to wait for this to finish to download, because that's pretty much how long it would take on my internet. So there's no convenience to me downloading it. Like, yes, I don't have to worry about the disc getting scratched, but you know, there's other things you have to worry about. Like, if you download it directly onto your hard drive and your hard drive goes corrupt, or some component in the Xbox One faults out or something like that, then you have to send your Xbox to, you know, an authorized Microsoft repairer, and then in some cases they need to actually wipe your hard drive. Then what? When I get my Xbox 360 back, I have to re-download that 43.89 gigabytes that NBA 2K14 is. It's much more convenient to have the disc. When I get that Xbox One back from repair, stick the disc in, take that 1 hour to install as opposed to 3 to 4 days to download, and get on with my gaming. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say about that. It's pretty much that covered in a bombshell. I also want to get into the organisation in the My Games and Apps section. It's not a big deal, but it would make navigating through here with the controller much easier. Yes, I know it's more designed to work with the Kinect than it is to work with the controller when navigating through your menus, because you have to really dig and constantly dig to get to certain things, where with the Kinect you can just say go to bleh and it goes there. But what would have been nice here if they had categories, like, just even if it was just games, one category, apps, another category, and separated them, so all I had to do if I wanted to play a game is go through all my games, or if I want to go through all my, if I want to go through an app, all I have to do is just go through all my apps, as opposed to going through everything to trying to get somewhere. Another issue I also have with the Xbox One is its file management. It has no file management at all. You can't tell how much hard drive space you don't have left, or you do have left, sort of thing. And like, you get the 500 gigabyte hard drive, which isn't really much in this day and age, especially considering, like, with 500 gigabyte hard drives, or with any hard drive, you don't really get that size hard drive when you get it. It's usually missing quite a few gigabytes when the bigger it gets. So with the 500 gigabyte, it might be about 431. That's just a guess. And then you also have to factor in that, you know, it's got the system files on there, like the operating system, codecs for playing videos and watching stuff, whether or not they come with the apps or with the relevant apps like YouTube, if that comes with the codecs, or whether or not the codecs are already on there. Those are there. It also has to remember, like, all your details and stuff like that. That's more space on your hard drive taken up that you don't know how much it takes up or how much you have left. And like with games like let's go back to NBA 2K14. Even off the disk, it's still, the install is still 43.9 gigabytes. And also with, so you got Assassin's Creed Black Flag, that's about, I think it was 20 gigabytes, yes. Forza Fire was 32 gigabytes, and you got these smaller games which are 3 gigabytes. Zoo Tycoon, that's the demo, that was 3 gigabytes. Demos are usually about 3 or 5 gigabytes, depending on which ones. You got Rise, which is 36 gigabytes. You got FIFA, which is almost 10 gigabytes, which is pretty shameful for a next-gen game. You got all the apps, which are usually about 20 to 50 megabytes large. But the other thing that's annoying is, I don't know if it happens with other games, it does happen with FIFA 14, is it records moments that you do, not just the first time that you do them, but every single time that you do them. And like, there's two moments that I know that it does this. There's one moment when you kick the ball at the goalie, or one of your players kick the ball at the goalie, and it bounces off the goalie, and one of your other teammates or yourself kick the ball into the goal. It records it every single time that happens. And then it also records when you kick the ball past the goalie into the goals while the goalie is still standing on his 2 feet and hasn't yet had the chance to dive for the ball. It records that every single time. But well, these files aren't that big, they're only about 5 seconds long, but if that's happening 2 or 3 times per match, and you're playing like an entire season, not to mention that you're going from different leagues, say like the Irish League or the Italian A League or Turkish League. I don't know my leagues enough. I don't know my soccer enough to know that many leagues or what their proper names are. But if you're doing that and going to different leagues and playing for them and playing those games and making into the playoffs or whatever they call it and going all the way to the grand finals, that accumulates, and that becomes a lot of file space that gets used up for these dumb short videos. I'm pretty sure you can turn it off, but it's just annoying that it does that. Like Rise does something similar to it, but it only records it on like crucial moments, like when you've defeated a boss. It will record like your boss fight sort of thing, and it will record moments when you achieve an achievement, unlock an achievement. Another thing I find annoying about this is everything is app based. Like, what I mean by that is when you unlock an achievement in a game, it'll come up with the usual pop-up that you got on Xbox 360 saying you unlocked an achievement and the name of the achievement. But the difference between the Xbox 360 and the Xbox One, when you press the home button to go check out that achievement, with the Xbox 360 it'll just pop up a nice little window and tell you what the achievement was for. With the Xbox One, you press it and it takes you into the achievement app, taking you out of your game. Like, the game's still paused sort of thing, but you have to leave your game and go to the achievements app to check out what the achievement is, and it doesn't really bring up that achievement straight away. You have to dig again to find the achievement that you just unlocked, then click it again, and then it'll give you a very vague explanation to why you got that achievement. Same with messages. If you get a message, you have to, when you press it to open up your messages, it takes you out of your game into the messages app unless you like snap it or something like that. But with the Xbox 360 you just press the home button and it came up on your screen. Easy, done. Damn it. It's really long again. Another small gripe, is not a big issue, but the fact that you had to download your Blu-ray player onto your Xbox 360 after Microsoft constantly kept boasting that, you know, the Xbox One is what's going to be the central hub of your entertainment area, the go-to device in your lounge room. If it's my go-to device in my lounge room, wouldn't I play my Blu-rays on it or my DVDs on it? Yes, you need the Blu-ray player to play the DVDs. And if that's the case, why isn't it already pre-installed on the Xbox? Why do I have to go through the hassle of downloading it? Even though it's not that big, I have to download it and it is free. But it's just the hassle of having to do something that should be on your system. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the games and apps section. Next section on go to is the friends section. So, yep, it's working. So let's go to Mr. Russ Tuna over here, is watching YouTube at this current moment on his Xbox. So here we go. These are the interactions you have with your friends. So you could see what they've been up to lately and their friends sort of thing, and their game clips and achievements and stuff like that. But interaction with them is limited to send a message or invite to party. There's no just individual chat anymore like they had on the Xbox 360. In order to do an individual chat, you have to go through Skype, where it was much easier on the Xbox 360. You just went into your friends list, you found the friend you wanted to talk to, you pressed chat and you started chatting away. Like, they still have the send message app, but they don't have any support for keyboards at the moment, and there's no keypad attachment for the Xbox One controller yet, so you have to do it through the controller, which is better than the Xbox 360 controller to work with when writing messages, but is still a major hassle. The other thing that is annoying is the reputation system that they boasted was going to be so much more robust and more analytical than the Xbox 360 reputation system. So as you can see down in the bottom underneath Rustuna's picture, there's his reputation. That is it. A green semicircle line with the words reputation and good next to it. That is absolutely it. It does not explain why he is good. It doesn't explain why he is not excellent. It does not explain why he is not bad. And like, when I first saw that, I thought, oh, maybe if I go into my profile, I can only see why I'm rated as good. But no, as you see, as I go into my profile, it is exactly the same. It just says I am good. I have a good reputation. The Xbox 360, on the other hand, it showed percentage of players who enjoyed playing with you. It showed percentage of players who avoided playing with you. It showed why they avoided playing with you, whether or not you quit early, or you're a bad sport, or you're annoying, or you're too loud on the mic or something like that, or you're a good sport and stuff like that. There's none of that here. It just says reputation, good, and green bar. That's it. Anyway, that's pretty much it for my ranting about the Xbox One. The other two on the shout out is this guy. He's just started up a YouTube channel. He hasn't actually put any videos up yet, but you know, if you want to go check him out, his channel is Channel Vegas. Had he asked me about the name for his channel, I'd have told him to pick something more direct, because Channel Vegas is very hard to search for, because you've got Las Vegas channels about Las Vegas, channels about Las Vegas chicks, channels about life in Las Vegas, channels about attractions in Las Vegas. You got channels about Sony Vegas, what's it called? It's tutorials and things like that. So it's a very hard name to get recognized, especially when you're surrounded by a lot of channels that have similar names to you. But yeah, definitely go check him out, and once he's got some videos up, hurry up, chop chop. And the other one on a shout out is this a-hole. I don't like you, sir. Nah, he's good. You won't recognize him by that name. His YouTube name is Navares Vendetta, which is N-A-V-A-R-E-S space V-E-N-D-E-T-T-A. So go check him out. He's got some GTA montage videos which are really well done. I quite enjoy them. Go check him out and tell him I sent you, and yeah, that'll be cool. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys like my new schedule. If you do, make sure you hit that like button, and also subscribe to my channel to stay up to date. I will be bringing out the continuation of the Assassin's Creed video tomorrow. I just want to mix it up. I don't want to bombard myself and you guys with this constant Assassin's Creed, because you know, especially with Assassin's Creed 1, where it's very repetitive story-wise. But anyways, yeah. Subscribe if you want to stay up to date. And until I see you guys next time, thank you for watching my video. I know it's been a long one, but I hope you enjoyed it. And until I see you guys next time, like I just said before, and I'm repeating myself now, stay frosty.
No. As far as I'm concerned, they weren't my parents. They were my wardens. I was their prisoner.